Hey, thank you.
Make some new tunes.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Leaf and Ash podcast. And we got something special for you guys. But before we get to our special guest, as always, let me introduce you guys to my compadres. As always, ladies and gentlemen, on the top left, we got AKA JJ the Cigar Mutt, the one finger pecking sensation. What's up, doggy?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
On the bottom left, we got no other than PC, aka Silverback. What's up, Silverback?
Yes, sir, man. Hump day.
Hump day is right. And ladies and gentlemen, on the bottom right, the bougie of all bougie, our bouginess of all of we love, Cigar Don himself. What's up, Cigar Don?
What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday.
And as always, guys, you know who I'll be. I am who? Panda, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
ladies
sir.
and gentlemen, we got some people here today. If you have not heard of them, you'll be hearing about them today. We got no other than HAZE Gray Cigars. Welcome, guys.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for having us.
So we got Rue in the middle, Pedro on the left, and Val on the right. That's a serious combo there, guys.
The dream
that
team.
I had the privilege to meet all three of them a couple of weeks ago, and it was an absolute pleasure meeting all of you guys. We greatly appreciate you guys taking the time. You know, I know you guys have been busy. So how you guys been doing? It's for a hump day, in the middle of the week. How you guys doing? Good?
Yeah, doing great. Days just seem to be running into each other, but it's all good. It's all good. Turning and burning.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what are you guys smoking of your stick? What are you smoking, Rue?
I'm smoking the Patriot tonight.
Okay. Pedro?
Same Patriot.
All three of you?
96.
Okay, so I ended up sending these guys the sticks random that you gave me. I had the missus put them in the box for me, and I shipped them out. I don't know who I got and what, but it looks like, JJ, what stick did you get?
Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood. So that means, Don, what did you get?
I got the Patriot.
The Patriot, and PC, I guess you got the other Brotherhood.
Yes, I did.
And I'm smoking the Admiral. So this is my first time. So I've already smoked the Patriot and I already smoked the Brotherhood. I'm curious to see what these guys are going to say about those two sticks. But let's get into it, guys. We greatly appreciate you guys taking this time with us, man. We really, 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 truly appreciate it. In regards to, I know that when we all first met, we were chopping it up at the Airbnb, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that you guys were originally from Boston, right? Because I don't hear the accent. Pedro might have it a little bit more than Rue does, because it seems that it's got lost in the shuffle. How'd that come about? You guys coming from Boston to the Panhandle? How did that happen?
Well, I was in the Navy, and this was my last duty station before I got out, and just decided to stay. 25 years later, here I am. I swore to myself that I would never say the word y'all. Now it seems like every 5 minutes. I remember when I first got down to here, I was making fun of everybody for saying y'all, and they got me hooked. But I mean, I lost my accent being in the military because it's just a melting pot, right? Boot camp was tough because they had all the Boston guys on one side, all the deep South Georgia guys across from us, and we couldn't communicate. I mean, we all needed subtitles. But yeah, that's where I lost mine. Now, when I get mad, of course, it comes out, but we tend to try to keep it down a little bit.
Yeah. Now, you guys grew up where? Near the Cape, right? You said, I believe it was. Where did you guys grow up? At in Boston?
We grew up an hour south of Boston, so it was Cape Cod, a small town called Falmouth, Massachusetts, whereas Southerners like to call it Foulmouth. It's it was super small. It was great during the summer, but then come Labor Day weekend, it was desolate. I mean, it was just locals only. So
Yeah, I have a good friend of mine that he was on the job with me. He's originally from Boston. He's a supervisor. He's actually in the Cape in Mashpee.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
And so when we went to go visit him, he took us to this restaurant in Falmouth called the Flying Bridge. So that place will forever stay with me because I had a stuffed like you get lobster, but I call lobster, right? I had a stuffed lobster, and they had caught it like 3 hours prior to them putting it on my plate. By far the freshest seafood that I have ever eaten, man. And they really got it down packed over there in Boston. I'll tell you that much. And it's funny enough, I didn't think I was gonna like Boston coming from New York, but I actually enjoyed myself out there. You know. So
Baseball team's better too.
Was that?
I said the baseball team's better too.
Oh shit!
Oh damn!
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired.
Ask them a legit question. Can we get at least 20 minutes in, dog? Relax, buddy. Oh, Lord.
Apparently, he got a vendetta today.
He's been on a mission all day. He smoked this something we'll talk about later, and Elvis saying he's in the clouds, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't lying.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is, you know. The curse of the Bambino. That's all I gotta say. So guys, listen. You guys went on this adventure. You know, you guys started this cigar adventure. What, last year, 2024?
April of 2024. Yeah.
April 24th. Which to me was a good time because it's way after the nonsense of 2013, 2014. What made you guys get into the cigar business? You know, and what trials and tribulations did you guys have in the beginning to get where you guys are today?
We're still going through some trials and tribulations, and I don't think that ever goes away, right? But starting your own brand. But I was dabbling with cigars a couple of years prior, really getting heavy into it. You know, just trying to. My mind was just going, and I was trying to figure out how to even just what the leaves look like and what they smell like. And so a lot of YouTube came into my life quite a bit, watching some YouTube videos, different podcasts. And then it was probably early 2024. I was on a cruise and I was heading down to the Dominican, and I was just sitting there smoking a cigar. And when I got onto the island, I remember that, hey, you know, Dominicans got some tobacco. So I did a tour and I got hooked, right? I mean, just talking to some of the locals, talking to some of the people that were there at the tour. And then when I came back on our way back, all I did the whole entire cruise was just kind of figure out how to start my own brand. And then I would hit my brother up because my brother would come down every winter from the Cape, Mashpee. He would come down and then we just started kind of talking a little bit, and I started dropping a little bit of tidbits here and there in his ear, just trying to get his temperature right, see where he was at.
Trying to get that hook in.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, with me, it was I knew I wanted to do it because I've been in corporate America for a long time, right? And it sucks waking up in the morning and dreading to go to work. I wanted to wake up in the morning, go do something that I really love. This was it. So finally, I was telling my brother, hey, man, I think I want to do this. I'm really going to do it. And all winter long, we kept talking about it, kept kind of helping each other out with some ideas. And he was giving me some advice. And just before he left, he finally looked at me and said, hey, man, look, I'm going to go home. I'm going to sell my house, pull the trigger. When I come down here, we're off to the race. We're off and running. And come July of 24, he sold his house and he was down here, and we haven't looked back.
Nice. And there's something to say that, you know, that your business partners is your brother, you know, and I'll get into Val because I'm trying to figure out Val's involvement because I know she has a background in marketing, you know, what I've done in research. I know she's a retired hairstylist. I know that too. You know what I mean? But there's got to be something to say in regards to having your brother to have, like we call your six, right? To have your back, you know, making those decisions. Like, how has that been for you, Pedro? This question is actually more for you right now. You know, what does it mean for you to start this adventure with your brother?
It means everything. It means everything to me. Ever since I was coming down the winter, he just kept pushing cigars on me and, showing me videos. And I just started getting intrigued by it. And shortly after that, once we started and the talking and dealing with the blends that we had, I just fell in love with it and just have a passion for it. And to me, that, having your own brother, you don't have anything to worry about. Like everybody, we got each other's backs. Like he needs help, I need help. We help each other out. And Valerie, I mean, she's great with us too. We couldn't do it without her. She's on social media posting so much, and it's just it's a great passion to have, especially when it's family. And,
Right.
and I love it.
Yeah. It seems that, Val, you seem to be somewhat the glue, right? You seem to be bad. And mind you, this is based on my own personal experience, just meeting the three of you. I think that the dynamics that you guys have and that portrayed or that you presented, what I was able to see, that you guys do have a very close bond with one another, which to me is absolutely beautiful. Because it's hard, it really is hard to get into business with family. It really is. But there's nothing better than for you to have a sibling that you guys see eye to eye and that no one's thinking that one's better than the other, etc. And I think, Val, you kind of balance that out between them two. And that's just my observation, like I said, by meeting the three of you, a couple of weeks ago, So, Val, my question to you, when did you get involved in cigars?
Well, when I met Rue and started helping with like photo ops, when I got involved with them. Otherwise, I really haven't had any involvement with cigars. I've smoked cigars for many years. And as a kid growing up, my uncle had a tobacco farm in Sumter, South Carolina. So that was our family. That's my childhood memories and our family vacations every year going to my uncle's and playing on a tobacco farm. So it's kind of cool that was always an interest and in my family that I've come back full circle. And when I met Rue and got involved with Pedro, sorry, that's my pet name for Pedro. Just kidding. But anyway, when I got involved with them and HAZE Gray, I'm intrigued by it. I want to learn everything there is, and hanging out with these two and doing shows and working things, I have learned so much, and there's so much to learn. It's a constant learning experience, and I want to absorb all of it. And the three of us are a great dynamic, and we just kind of do this little dance on each other at events and things, and we work well together. So it's just been amazing.
And there's something to say to that, right? It's to have a female part of the adventure, because we have discussed this in the past that women's palates are a lot more defined than men. You know what I mean? And there's certain things that you women as a whole in general would definitely are able to pick up certain notes, certain spices a lot faster than us men. And I think by having your input and what you like, what you don't like, what you think should be added, should be taken into consideration. Whether it is or not, don't know, but it's just my advice, and I'm on the outside looking in. Is there a particular tobacco that you favor more than the other, Val?
What was that?
Is there
a particular tobacco that you favor more than the others?
That's hard. I like Maduro. Okay. Is my go-to.
And you know what? And like I said, I noticed that certain people, those who cook often, bakers, their palate is so refined, right? That they could pick up almost every spice, every note, or have some comparison to what they're smoking. So Rue, I want to go back to you for a second here, man. I know you really gotten in depth and really real involved to the point that you started learning how to roll your own cigars and stuff like that. Talk to us in regards to that process. How and why did you want to get involved in that aspect of this industry as a whole?
Yeah. So two things, right? So one, I just felt, I mean, it was, to me, it was exciting. And in a way it was therapeutic, right? Sometimes you get in your head and you just need to escape, and rolling cigars does that for me, especially at events and things of that nature. But when I first started the brand and we went to our teacher, to the guy that helped us blend the cigars and the manufacturer, he told us, he goes, listen, if you want to do this right, you're going to have to learn how to roll. If you're going to be a brand owner, two things you need to learn. One, you always have to have a cigar in your hand, and two, you got to learn how to roll those cigars. And so really I was thrown into it. I spent about a little over a week with him. We had a Cuban gentleman there, and a Dominican gentleman, and a Dominican lady that taught me how to roll both ways. And we were, after that, it was just, something that had to be done. He also told us too that if we learn how to roll, one, it'll be a little easier for blend, but it's also a moneymaker. Because he said his rollers were going out doing special events, weddings, parties, things of that nature, and we were looking at different avenues to really make some money, to help fund the brand and get the brand going. So that was one of the other reasons.
Now I know you guys also have a mobile lounge, right? And I mean, is that one of the, part of the packages that you guys offer when you guys are out there in events and stuff like that?
Yeah, it really is. My brother came to me in late July of last year, and was like, "Hey man, check this out." And I was like, "What the hell is that?" It's a trailer. He's like, "Yeah, look at it." So I started looking at the pictures, and it was a mobile cigar lounge. Never seen anything like that before. And he's like, "They're all over the place. Check out Instagram. Check out this page." And we kind of put our heads together, and we were like, "Hey, if we get a mobile lounge, this will help us push our brand out here in the Panhandle." Because some guys call themselves a mobile lounge, but to us, it's not a mobile lounge like what we have, right? It's either a tent with a table, which is nothing wrong with that, right? Or it's a Japanese truck, and they just got cigars out of the back tailgate, which is nothing wrong with that either. I mean, it's their vision, it's their passion. But for us, what we have is completely different. A lot of people haven't seen anything like that until we brought it on the scene. And it's worked, right? We were able to push our brand. We got people traveling 30, 45 minutes, watching our social media to where we're going to be at, what events we're going to be at. And it helped us push our brand. But then all of a sudden, here's another stream of revenue. And it's like, man, you cannot not roll this thing out to out in the scene. And we have breweries and different bars that have teamed up with us that want us there once a month, that want us there twice a month, because it's bringing in the cigar smokers, clients that they didn't have before. So it's really helped us out a lot.
It's an additional ambiance for that business, right? Something extra to attract customers, which helps both ways, because the reality is this, right? That those who smoke are gonna drink.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes you don't have that the other way. Some of those who drink not necessarily smoke, but the thing is that if you have and you afford them that opportunity, that option, most likely than not, they're gonna go and sit down at in that tent and just be able to bring their drinks outside and chop it up and just expand that evening, which is great. And like it's a whole different experience as a whole, which is, I think, a phenomenal idea that you guys got. But I want to talk to you about some of the blends. Like for example, the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood to me I'm smoking the Admiral. I'm still in the first stir, so I don't have an opinion just yet. But the Brotherhood had some spice to it.
Yes.
To me, Lajero, double Lajero. I mean, what do you have in that stick? I mean, because it is absolutely fire, bro.
Yeah, no, it's the Brotherhood actually has triple Lajero in it, and that was our first cigar that came out. And we came out with a full body, and people ask us all the time, "What the hell were you thinking?" Right, full body right off the rip. But it does punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And I mean, to me, I love that cigar. The first time I smoked it, I thought I was, I said it before, stroking out. I was sweating. I was tripping. My heart was racing. I had to pull over. But now it's like, man, I was such a wimp back then when I first started smoking that thing. Now I hang it like a champ. But yeah, it's a good cigar.
No, I love it. And the Admiral, like I said, I'm on the first third, and you can definitely, I ended up cheating because JJ ended up having it on the screen in regards to it, and I would have, because there's always this one note that always, for whatever reason, always like catches me, and it's always like that taste of molasses, right? There was one other cigar that I had that for the first time, it was the Casa 1910. I don't know if you guys ever had it. It's a San Andres. It's all Mexican tobacco. And there was just one note that I could not get my hand on, and it was driving me absolutely nuts. And I finally looked it up, and it was molasses. I'm like, okay, it was a great taste, but it just was driving me absolutely bananas. So on that note, what do you look for when you're starting a blend? I mean, do you have a blend, a flavor note in mind, and you try to roll it, try to find it, or does it just work itself out until you just play around until you find something that you like?
Yeah, we all have different notes that we like. Before Valerie joined, it was just my brother and I. He has certain notes that I really don't care for, but there's some that I really like that he doesn't really, not a really big fan of, right? But together we've come up to the point where we're like, okay, I'll give a little, but I'll take a little, and it's actually all worked out, right? So. It kind of works itself out when we do that. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some blends that we were just like, what the hell were you thinking? Like, holy cow, this is terrible. And it was right at the beginning. And I've rolled some dog rockets in my time. I'm not going to sit here and pat myself on the back, but I think with the notes that we each like, it's all worked out. It's right now we're working on a blend right now that we know what we want it to taste like, because it's something that my brother and I had back in our childhood when we were living in Portugal and even in Boston or Massachusetts, we should say, that we're trying to create into that cigar. And we got our cigar Jesus or the mad scientist, whatever you guys want to call him. He thinks he's got it. And so we're looking forward to testing those out and seeing if it's actually what we want it to be.
I'm looking forward to it because, I mean, what you guys have here so far, I'm absolutely blown away by it. So I've taken up enough time, so I'm going to pass the buck to my boy PC. Go ahead, PC.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure to have you guys here. And, I really want to ask you guys this because I was looking at some of the information on you. And what advice would you have for anybody that's trying to start a mobile lounge, and how to go by getting the licensing, the sticks, and also constructing the lounge to where it can travel?
Yeah, so I can talk on the whole getting it started and licensing part. My brother can talk about the construction, because I'm not going to take one bit of credit for that. It's all him. Mm-hmm. He got that thing from the ground up. It took him a whole month, almost 2 months to get it built out.
Right.
A month. Yeah. I mean, I'll just come outside, poke my head out and be like, looks great. I'll go back into the AC, right? And I look through the window being like, move that up a little bit, because it was too hot out there. He was sweating like a dog. But as far as starting up a mobile lounge, it takes a little bit of work and to get it started. Now, when you have it started, it takes a whole lot of work. Setting up, breaking it down. We show up an hour before the event, and we're there an hour after the event is over, just breaking down the whole thing and stowing everything away. Licensing, we're in Florida. They're super lenient when it comes to licensing like that in the state of Florida. They're very cigar friendly, I guess you could say.
Right.
And then getting the sticks, I mean, we've only carried our own brand, but we're in the boutique world. And one of the things that we want to educate here in the Panhandle is the boutique brands. Everybody
Right.
knows about the heritage and the legacy brands, but the boutique is bringing something so much different, so much more.
Yes.
Right.
And being a part of the TPA has actually introduced us to a lot of different brands. And being on podcasts like y'all's, we want to push the first responders and veteran-owned brands out there in our lounge now to get the word out and get people to really taste the brands. But as far as construction goes, that's on him.
So what were some of the challenges that you were faced with when it came to construction?
The construction of the lounge?
Yeah,
The
of the mobile lounge.
the construction of it, to me, I mean, it was easy. I had a vision and I ran with it. I think the hardest part was figuring out the ceiling because they were PVC tiles. And I tried using a staple gun. It started shattering them. So I got some heavy duty glue and I glued them up there. And knock on wood, I mean, they're still up there. They're not moving. So
Right.
that's probably the hardest thing I had to do construction wise. The floor, I probably would change the floor if I could change anything in it. We're pretty much right now in the process of pushing it around because carrying other people's cigars, like my brother just mentioned, we need more wall space for that.
Right.
So it's a 7x12 trailer. Originally, we were just going to do a cigar shop and just put it outside of it with chairs. But then I said, oh, we can fit some chairs in here. We'll put the TV in there. That's what we went with. But probably the process of changing it around, getting a different for the outside.
Okay.
Nice chairs on the outside.
Right.
And going with that way with it. But construction of it, I mean, it's not hard at all.
So do you guys find yourself where a lot of people are inviting you out to events? And do you have like a package that you offer certain events when you take the mobile lounge out?
Yeah, so we are invited out quite a bit. The more we're seen, I mean, people, when he's driving it around, people see it, people call us, hey, what's this about? What are you guys doing? We do have different venues that's out there, festivals. It's gotten to the point now that there's a few festivals, they're actually coming seeking us instead of us seeking them.
Right.
It's a great feeling to have, right? And so, yeah, we put packages together for folks. If they want the cigar roller, if they just want a tobacconist, if they want both with the trailer, we have like 3 different packages that you can get. And then we add like little caveats to it, like custom cigar bands, especially for weddings. They love to see their picture on the bands, things of that nature. So we try to, our packages keep growing and growing, right? Because the more events we do, because that Val will tell you, like after every event, we pretty much sit around and we just talk about the good, the bad, and out of that, how we roll that event. And from there, we was like, hey, you know what we really do at this point if we did this? So our packages are growing and we're offering a lot more to our customers.
Okay. And I know that you mentioned boutique cigars, and this is a question that I have for Val. And how important it is to market your cigars being a boutique cigar, because we talk about it here on our podcast and behind the scenes that we think that there's a revolution going on here between not a bad revolution, but something where boutique cigars are about to make a big leap. So how important is the marketing when it comes to marketing boutique cigars that don't have that representation?
It's a huge factor. I mean, cigars is a movement right now. Huge movement is coming around from every angle, and it's becoming. But as far as marketing goes, it definitely helps, and we've reached a lot of people and connected and been able to collaborate with a lot of boutique brands and others from our marketing and from what I'm posting and what I'm making and what we're sharing and who we're collaborating with on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. And it's really been a huge factor in our growth.
Right.
We get more local with Facebook,
Right.
and then Instagram, TikTok is more in the cigar industry, collaborating with other brands, things like that is what we've kind of found. As far as like those platforms.
Right. And I don't want you to give any of your other techniques away, but is there anything that you would, well, let me rephrase this. How important is it for a boutique cigar company that don't have a media person to find a media person to do their marketing for them if they don't have the time to do it themselves?
I mean, I would say it's rather important to sit there and not. I mean, there's people that are good at it that can do a great job with it, and there's brands out there that are rocking the hell out of it on their own.
Right.
I mean, having someone that knows more about it and knows what they're doing definitely helps, because it's a lot. It's a lot of work to sit down and create things and keep it active and keep it moving. And especially when you're working other jobs and things like that, it can get lost in the wayside, and then you just kind of fall off. So you want to make sure that you're keeping that engagement and that movement through your socials daily on from morning, noon till evening. And for one person or somebody who's trying to run a business on their own and do other things, that can be a lot on your plate. So definitely having somebody else that can do it for you is a great plus in your pocket. Take a lot of heaviness off of your plate as a business owner.
Right. And I appreciate you guys. And I gotta say this. I'm from Mobile myself, and I normally vacate. Yeah, I normally vacate in Perdido Key. Just know every time I'm in Perdido Key, I'm coming to see you.
Absolutely.
So I have the skills to find you.
we literally live maybe about 5 minutes from that bridge in Perdido that connects it to.
We're like 10 minutes from Alabama.
Alabama
line.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm most definitely. I'm gonna come see you guys when I come down there. So
absolutely.
Check this out.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to the Mutt.
Oh, hey, first of all, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure having you guys on.
Likewise. Thank you.
And Ruth, thank you for your service.
Thanks. It was an honor.
That's a big thing. So I was in the Army for a little while. I was a UH-60 Black Hawk mechanic.
Oh, okay.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, I'm a cigar rep for 2 boutique companies, and I'm always one of my big things I like to look into is how people are trying to get their blends and their cigars into shops, and any ambassador sharing. What steps you guys take to try to get your guys' cigars into cigar lounges?
Yeah, so each one of us has our own roles within HAZE Gray. As you know, Valerie's is all our marketing. My brother's, I call him the muscle, right? He handles our inventory, he handles our trailer, our mobile lounge. Like with these two, I can close my eyes and I know that everything's running smoothly. I do a lot of the administrative stuff, but then the sales. So a lot of it is me just reaching out to some of the cigar lounges, mobile lounges, and just sending samples, talking to them about who we are. Luckily, with my 9 to 5, it has me on the road, so I can go to, I got this cool little app that shows me how many cigar lounges are in my vicinity within the next 10, 20 miles. And I just kind of make a detour and go check them out. We do have a couple of reps right now that are helping us out in the Ohio area, Pennsylvania, Michigan. And I know you guys know them with Greg and Maddie Rep. but we're looking for
Oh,
more
yeah.
reps, right? Because I'm not going to be able to head out west, even though I love out west. You know, I love heading out to Texas, Oklahoma, you know, maybe
We-
New York.
We might know a guy in Oklahoma. I'm just saying.
Oh,
We might know a guy.
And I'm in a weird spot because where I'm at in Oklahoma, Kansas is 10 minutes away, Missouri's 25, and Arkansas is 45 minutes away. And
Yeah.
I can be in Oklahoma City in 2 hours or Kansas City in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
need
a
to
pretty
talk.
cool spot. Oh yeah, we definitely will. Especially after smoking this, we definitely are going to talk. I'm telling you that.
Absolutely. Appreciate that.
Um,
But yeah, that's
yeah.
basically what we're doing right now. And I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. You know, we are in some retail shops already. And, you know, much thanks if they're listening. Huge thanks for taking the leap of faith with us and the leap of faith with us and carrying our brand. And, you know, we like to treat all our retail shops like their family. You know, we pick up the phone immediately and we just want to treat them the way we would want to be treated as a consumer. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. And you know what differentiates Haze Gray from every other boutique company out there? Because I mean, there's a lot right now. Like I said, there's definitely an uprise in boutiques, and we're a bunch of boutique geeks. I guess I could say we love boutique cigars, and we're always trying to push for them. Yeah. What sets Haze Gray aside from the other boutique brands?
That's $1 million question right there. I really, it's one of the things I think that separates us apart. I might offend some folks, and if I do, my apologies, right? But this is just my own opinion. You know, we're proud that everything we do, we try to do everything we can to do business within our country, right? Within the United States. Our cigars, people ask us all the time, where are your cigars manufactured? They want us to rock out a big, you know, manufacturer out of Nicaragua or the Dominican. That's not us. Our cigars are made right here in the USA. So I think that kind of separates us a little bit. And then the other thing is our customer service. We try to do the best we can and stand by our product 100% and stand by our service 100%. And if we fall short for any reason, we make it up to our consumers and our retailers. We go that extra mile. I mean, we wanted these guys to come back and say, hey man, these guys are class act and they took care of me. And that means the world to us. Yeah.
I mean, one of your core values is integrity, and that means something.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely. 100%. It's just, you know, when we were raised and our dad instilled in us was respect and loyalty.
Yeah.
You know, if you want respect, you want loyalty, you got to give it. And that's something that my brother and I take pride in, is being respectful and being loyal to those that are loyal to us. And we just, it's been working so far. So keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was doing some reading, and it says that you donate a portion of your proceeds to the Operation Zero and Operation Tackle Box. You know, how's that been going? I mean, that's awesome.
Great. I mean, it's that was my brother. We had one blend left, which was the Patriot. And, you know, part of us starting our our own cigar brand. Yeah, we want to create a legacy for our family. And, but we also wanted to create a platform for the veteran community, right? Yeah. I say it all the time. It's a brotherhood when we're in, but it's even a bigger brotherhood when we're out. And I'm a firm believer in vets helping vets. So my brother's like, hey, let's take this last blend and let's do something for the veteran community. So I sat back in my chair, said, let me hear it. What do you got? And he said, let's team up. Let's donate a percentage of this cigar to nonprofit. Originally, we were going to, because when we first started out, our name was War Dogs. My brother's a dog lover. We have a dog. And so we wanted to donate to a nonprofit that helped service dogs, whether they were military, first responder. And we're still working on finding the right nonprofit. So in the meantime, we were at an event and we met a couple of guys from Operation Tackle Box, and we we talked to them a little bit, and we started really seeing what they did for the veteran community, and they help them out with their VA benefits, right? We all know, JJ, and you probably have been through this, trying to get your benefits through the VA. You're better off, pulling the teeth out of a mule's head. It's probably a lot easier. And so these guys help them with their VA benefits, but then they also take them out deep sea fishing, golfing, trying to get them reacclimated into society, from their PTSD or the injuries that they received at war. The other one's Operation Tackle Box. They're nationwide, and they raise money to help bring even bigger awareness on veteran PTSD, but they also invest that money into call centers and facilities to help veterans out. And so my brother and I were like, it's a no-brainer. Let's roll with it. Let's pick those two. So 15% of every cigar that we sell we divide it evenly between those two organizations. And we have a little flyer on our mobile lounge that explains what we're doing. And the support's been unbelievable.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, the cigar is $13. The cigar is $13, and somebody drops a 20 on the table and says, "Hey, keep the change and donate it." Absolutely.
That's
without blinking an eye.
Yes, sir.
Because you need your buddies while you're in, but you almost need them a little more once you get out. I mean, it means a lot. Like you said, fighting the VA, whether it be for a percentage or whatever it may be, just getting your medications. Like you said, it's like pulling teeth a lot of the times, and and just trying to get them to listen. Sometimes, like you're not listening to me, doc.
Yep.
And and I mean, I believe it's a beautiful thing you guys are doing, and I'm sure you're changing a lot of lives by doing that. And
Appreciate
it. Firsthand, it's like I said, when you need a brother, it helps when somebody's there. And and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Thanks,
but
man.
I have a few more questions. But I'm gonna pass her on to Dawn real quick.
What's going on, guys? I'm gonna echo everybody else by saying thank you guys for being here. I haven't had the opportunity to chat with you guys yet, so it's a pleasure. I've heard a lot about you, and somebody said it earlier that the Patriot is banger. This cigar is really, really good. And when I say this, these four guys are going to know how much I like the cigar when I say it gives me the vibes of the West Tampa Red cigar, and they're gonna know how much I like that cigar by why I say that. So it really does.
I think.
Yeah. So I wanted to start off by going a little more into the boutique stuff. I was probably the one of the four of us that was I'm not going to say hesitant, but the most hesitant to kind of dive into the boutique stuff. I started off smoking all the legacy stuff, which probably everybody did. And I had the hardest time moving over. I still smoke some legacy stuff and that kind of stuff. But to me, and we say it all the time here, you guys at the boutique level are kind of the mad scientists. You're taking the chances with the blends. Some of the bigger cigar, they don't have to change their blends. They have a blend and they're going to make the same blend for the next 20 years and people are going to buy them. That's just the way it is, but you guys are taking the most chances, and the flavor bombs that we're getting out of these cigars from you guys is just unbelievable to me. So is that something that you, I've listened to some other interviews that you got, and it seems like that's something that's really passionate to you guys as well as the whole, I hate to say the whole being a boutique, but being in that theater and making sure that boutiques are seen and heard and that kind of stuff. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, it's so funny you brought that up because what was it, Monday night?
Oh, yeah.
Monday night, we're sitting in my patio. Every week we try to have a team meeting and figure out what we got coming up and what we can do to change some stuff around. And I sent my brother on a mission. I said, hey, man, these guys just started carrying our cigars. Go in there and see if because they gave us prime location right there in the middle, right? I was like, go see if they moved the boxes. So he rolled in there and he got caught because we look kind of like a lot alike, right? So the guy's looking at my brother. My brother's like, yeah, man, I'm his brother. Like, he got me. I'm gonna go buy a cigar. And he bought a heritage cigar, legacy cigar. He's like, I'm not gonna buy our own cigars. I'm like, no, you did good. So we're sitting in my back patio, and I know my brother. right? And we've been around each other for a long time, and I can see in his face that it's just something's not clicking. And he's like, bro, this thing does not change flavors at all.
Just consistent.
Consistent from finish to end. And he left a big old
Great cigar.
Yeah.
Great cigar. It's consistent. You know, the flavor's there, but it just doesn't have that change in those notes that I love, you know, and that's why I love the boutique brands, because it's always a mystery and it's always that, you know, excitement. You know, what's this gonna taste like? Oh, you know, and that's why we like, you know, trying everybody's cigars, because that's where you get your palate, you know, tasting all different notes. And we smoke so many great cigars. It's, you know, it's hard to keep up, right? But that's what I love about boutique. It's just that change, you know, it's not that consistent note.
Yeah, and that was the other thing too. When I first started with cigars, when I joined the military, that's all we smoked were heritage and legacy brands. Right? It wasn't until we started our own brand that I really started getting introduced to craft or boutique brands. And now it's like, I've said it a few nights ago on another podcast. It's like grabbing a boutique cigar and taking it out of the cellophane is almost like a young kid at Christmas. You get that big box, right? You get the big box, and you're just ripping into it because you want to know what's underneath that wrapper, and you can't wait to see what's in that box. Same thing with a boutique cigar, to me. And I know my brother feels the same way, and Valerie at the same. And Valerie's her palate's graduating because all she smoked was infused cigars. And we told her, I said, hey, if you're going to be with us, you need to improve that palate, right? Like graduate. We keep working with her. Now she's even like, this tastes like this. This is a medium body. This is a full body. And I'm like, there you go. So it's like, to me, with a boutique cigar, I love smoking them because I'm dying to see what I'm going to get in it. You know, what's in that box? What's in that wrapper? So, and that's something that we wanted to portray with our brand. We want those flavor bombs. We want the transitions. Because we know that's what's really grasping the consumers is the notes, the different cigars and what notes they bring.
Don, let me interject just for a second, because we discussed this on our Sunday. Was it Sunday that we had this conversation?
Sunday.
Yep.
Because there's something to say about that, right? Between cigars that transition and those so-called puro cigars, right? That's just one region, whether it's Nicaragua or Dominican Republic. You know, to me, for you to have something that's not transitional, I think that it has to be a very unique and special cigar if you're going to continue to have that one note, you know, from beginning to end. And to me, you know, I don't mind them if it's a good quality cigar. You know what I mean? In the sense of that the notes. It's all subjective, right? It's what you like, what I like. And if you like it, you're going to enjoy that photo from beginning to end. My biggest fear, even with cigars that transition, and this is something that we brought up on Sunday, was that there's nothing worse that you have a phenomenal smoke, and at the last third, it becomes bitter. Right?
Right.
To me, that is the worst. So to me, when you have a puro that's only one, it's very linear, right? It's just one dimension, right? And then it gets bitter at the end. Forget it. I will never smoke that cigar ever again because of that. And it's sad because it could just be that one cigar that I picked up that at the end it just became bitter. But it's unfortunate. I didn't mean to interject, Don, but I just needed to bring that up because I absolutely love cigars that transition, because to me it is the mystery of each third, right? The first third, second third, and last. And to me, it's so important how the cigar finishes just as much as how it starts. But on that note, I digress. I'll shut my mouth. Don, back to you. Sorry.
Well, and when you think about the heritage or legacy or whatever you want to call it, you know, if I don't like their cigar, oh well, they're going to sell it to the next 40 people that walk in. You know, you know, with you guys, and we've talked to a lot of boutique companies, and we're making that kind of our mission. You guys, I've never spoken to one that I can think of boutique brand owner that didn't say, if you don't like my cigar, tell me why. You know, because we're not all going to like the same cigar. We're not going to. But tell me why. Tell me. And if you get 60% of the people that tell you the same thing, you're like, all right, maybe we need to change something. Where I don't think the legacies have, you know, that's that big boat, small boat. You know, you can turn the small boat quickly, but you can't turn that big ship as quickly as, you know. So I just saw that comment.
Wow. Hey, guys, man. There's a saying that I say: friends like this, who needs what, guys?
Enemas.
Animals.
Enemas. You know what I mean? Friends like this, who needs enemas, man? Love you too, Rob. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So-
Unbelievable.
I wanted to transition a little bit into the whole family thing, because I'm a huge family guy. I have 3 siblings, and I'm super close to them. And you know, Pedro, I heard you talking about you know you came down for a winter and you went back and sold your house, and such a leap of faith and such a leap of trust in your brother, and that's something that is so special to me.
Yeah.
You know, to have that trust in your brother. Can you go through the thought process of like, did you have that? Excuse my French, but did you have that oh shit moment? Like, I'm about to quit everything I have here and go, or was it just like, this is it, I'm going?
Yeah, good question. This is it, I'm going. Is basically my mentality when it came to. Once he sent me up some of the samples of the blends and I tried them, it was like no brainer. Like,
Yes, sir.
I went down that winter and I told him, you know, like you guys heard before, I'm selling the house, pull the trigger, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to go in April. I put my house on the market. I did asphalt paving for 20 years and I was just done with it. You know, I've been a blue collar worker my whole life, still am. And I was just done with it in Massachusetts. I was over the state. It's expensive. I just didn't have no love for it anymore. And every winter I was coming down here, it was just like, this is a fresh breath air, you know. It was just great, you know. And then having my brother, my mother and father move down here, it was just a no-brainer, you know. And especially with the brand, the way he was showing me these cigars and sending and me take, it was like, let's do this. And I was lucky to sell my house that quick. You know, I came down. I just started working about a couple months ago with Valerie's brother, actually. And it works out with the scheduling for us to do our events. So it's going good.
Yeah.
But what he didn't tell you was the samples that I sent up there was a note. And the note said, if you don't do this with me, I'm telling mom you broke her lamp when we were little. So I was like,
True story.
You wanted to be Jimmy Superfly? Well, I'm letting the cat out of the bag if you don't do it.
There it is. Off the top rope.
Wow.
That's awesome. So I heard in another interview, and this intrigued me. So Pedro and Rue, your father was a professional athlete. Is that correct?
He played professional rugby in Portugal, where we were from.
Okay.
Wow. Does he ever tell any cool stories about? I mean, I'm a huge sports guy, so I don't know a lot about rugby. So you know, I watch it every 4 years when it's in the Olympics or they have the World Cup or whatever. But is there any cool stories that come out with that?
No, he doesn't really. He talks more about his Navy stories than his rugby stories. Surprisingly,
One rugby story he had was he was running down the field and the guy went to tackle him and grabbed his shorts and pulled him down. Phil was running with his shorts down the field and he scored. And it was like everyone went crazy. But that's the only rugby story I ever heard from him.
yeah, I was actually the ball boy for the team. Had my own little uniform to match the team and everything, and my mom would tell me that I'd start just cussing up a storm because I thought they were hurting my dad, you know, and some of the words that were coming out of my mouth. I mean, she didn't want to discipline me. They all thought it was cute because I think I was like 4, maybe 5 at the time. I just thought they were hurting my dad. So, but it was a great time in our lives. You know, seeing him do that and being a part of the team in our hometown, it was pretty cool.
So you guys live there in the Pensacola area. So if I'm not mistaken, and I could have my facts wrong here, but don't the Blue Angels train down there?
Yep, we're literally 3 minutes from the back gate of where they're at.
Oh,
Where I work at 11 o'clock every Tuesday, they're always putting on a show. There'll be people that will line up down like tourists line up down the road just to watch them train.
Are you guys still in awe of that, or is it like when I see them, I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever, or is it kind of normal for you guys now?
Yeah, I think it's normal for me. I mean, being around stuff like that in the military. Granted, the aircraft that I saw didn't do loop-de-loops and whatnot, but after a while, it's like, it's just a big party, especially when they have their 2 shows here a year. It's just a reason to have a big party. But it's pretty cool to see everybody, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, like people pull over on the side of the road, like my brother Pedro was saying, and just watching the show, it's like, yeah, there are our hometown heroes. And it was pretty cool because one of the first few events that we did, and we didn't bring our lounge, we just brought our tables and chairs and humidors and our tent, was their going away party. Every year they have, when they do the transition of the new guys come in and the old guys leave, they have a big party. And we were able to do the party for the Blue Angels. That was pretty cool. Those guys are all class acts.
Yeah. So getting back to the cigars, we've talked about the Patriot, and we've talked about the Admiral, and we've talked about the Brotherhood. What other cigars do you guys have in your line?
Yep. So we have 4 more. We have our 1996, which is our barber pole. We have our 1982, which is our light body Connecticut shade wrapper. I love that one. That one I can start my day off with that with a cup of coffee. That thing gets my day going.
See,
go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay. I was waiting. The minute he said it, I knew you were going to.
See, I know what coffee is, but Panda's always talking about coffee, and I don't know. I can't find no coffee anywhere.
It's coffee, sneakers, and water.
Yeah, see, I don't know what any of that is.
Yeah, you can't get the water.
Yeah.
The minute you say, how do you say? I can't even say it. How is it? Coffee?
Coffee.
What is it?
Coffee.
Whatever, man. This ain't about me, man. And it is coffee, and it is water, and it is sneakers. So
it's water.
It is water. I don't go park my car. I'm just saying. I don't park my car. I park my car. There you go, Rob. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Well, I mean, Rob is from Jersey. That somewhat maybe a little bit counts. Not a
neighbors,
whole lot, but we'll take it. But I'm sorry. But go ahead.
So the 1996 and 1982. Do those numbers, the date, are they dates or do they mean something?
Yep, they're dates. So the 1996 was the year I joined the Navy, January of '96, and then 1982 is the year that we moved from Portugal to the United States. So my parents were like, we were immigrants, right? We wanted to live that American dream. I was 7. My brother was just a little over a year, and we came over, and the rest is history. I got my U.S. citizenship back in 14, 15, something like that. And thanks. It was a proud moment for sure. And so that's what those 2 dates mean to us, or to me. And then we have the backpack, which is our chocolate infused cigar. We came up with the backpack because it was, I'm into motorcycles, love riding my motorcycle. Wind therapy means the world to me. And so when you have a hot chick on the back of your bike, you call her a backpack. And so that's chocolate infused. It was hot. So that's where the name came from.
Are you gonna name the next cigar Eye Candy? I'm just saying.
Well, I will say this.
That's a good name.
Just saying, there you go.
I saw Toro Cigars just made a comment. My brother and I had a long discussion on the name for a cigar that Cigar Mike gave us, and we can't use it. I told him I love it, but we can't use it. So we'll see.
There you go. Our candy's a good one, man. Sweet red. Just saying. You go ahead.
So I heard a podcast where you were talking about your time. I can't remember what base it was. I can't remember where it was, where you're talking about you were driving up and down the runway in fire trucks. And it brought to my mind, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Stripes. when they're all sitting in the room and they're like, "I want to party with you, man. I want to party with you, dude." That's all I could think of. But
God, yeah. So the guys from the podcast made a clip out of it, a short, and Silverback. This was just down the road from your neck of the woods. It was in Foley, Alabama. We have a little outline field out there, and I wrote him a message. I'm like, "Great short." I said, "Thank God the statute of limitations is in effect here, because Uncle Sam would probably definitely come after my ass."
Well, again, guys, thank you guys so much. I was really excited for this podcast. I wanted to meet you guys. I wanted to talk to you, and I'm going to pass it back over to Panda. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. It means the world to us.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
I double that, triple that, whatever. But listen, man, it was a pleasure meeting you guys a couple of weeks ago, man. I'm so glad. To me, I think we built a good friendship that it's going to last for a very long time. I hope. Cross my fingers. You know, I kind of want to bring back to the business aspect now. I have two questions. You know, the first question is, what do you see in your trials and tribulations? Like, what are your hurdles that you feel that you guys got to try to keep on jumping over to kind of push your brand to that next level? What do you see? You know, like in regards to, you know, is it putting sticks in people's hands? Is it the business owners? I mean, what do you find to be the hardest aspect in this stage of the game for you guys?
Yeah, so I think, you know, we've talked about this in the past. The one is being the business owners, right? Because it's just not rolling cigars and selling cigars and going to the shops. It's everything else that comes behind it, right? It feels like you take 2 steps forward and then you're taking 3 steps back at times. One of them was our trademarking. You know, we that was a huge blow to us. But being that we were all in it together, we were able to just take a step back, breathe, took the weekend. Monday morning, we came back and we're like, okay, this is how we're going to tackle this earth, right? We came out with HAZE Gray and we made War Dogs our cigar line. So that just being a business owner there's hurdles every day. And then the biggest one, I think, is what you just said, Amanda, which was getting our cigars out in people's hands and really just shattering the ceiling or the roof or whatever you want to shatter of the boutique mystique, right? Like, you guys are small. You're not going to be able to keep up with production. You guys don't, you're here today, gone tomorrow. Just those negative vibes that which they're valid. I'm sure there's been brands out there that we're here today and gone tomorrow. But I can honestly say here right now, between us three, this is it. I mean, we're full speed ahead, and we want to make a name for ourselves. We want to make ourselves a household name, just like every other brand. But we have the passion and the drive to get it done. So I would say that would be the two things.
Well, listen, I'll tell you this. I think you guys are on a great start. I really believe. I don't think you guys started crawling. I think you guys started running. And it's a phrase that I use. You want to become that juggernaut, right? You want to become that juggernaut that you start that momentum and it never stops. And it's sky's the limit for you guys, man. I really believe in your product. I really do. And I'm not telling you this because you guys are here and that I met you guys in person. I'm glad, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very grateful that the expectations met the hype. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Because the hardest part is that you hype up a cigar, right? It's this and that, and then when you try it, it's a massive disappointment. That's to me the work. And I think the hardest part, especially for a new company coming out, that happens, right? Because you do everything right. You market, you got boots on the ground, you advertise, you do everything you're supposed to do, but everything that you've advertised does not meet the expectation or the hype of the cigar itself. And that's the worst aspect of this industry.
Yeah,
that $100 cigar that doesn't quite meet the needs.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? And I think that your price point is right on point. You know what I mean? And the reality is this: especially with the tariffs and stuff like that, have you guys been affected in any way in regards with the tariffs that have come in play in regards to price point?
No, not really. I mean, it's our prices are our prices. When the tariffs were rolled out, Ish helped us out. The TPA was a huge help and instrumental with us smaller brands and educating us on what the tariffs were, what the tariffs were doing, and what really a cigar should cost with the tariffs. And we're talking pennies, right? So my brother and I looked at each other and were like, just leave the price where it is. It's not like we have to go up to $20-$25 because of the tariffs,
Right.
So that didn't impact us one bit.
And that's kind of what we were talking about the other night, where I went to some of my local brick and mortars, and some of the boutique cigars, they're still at the same price they were several months ago. And some of the legacies now, it's like, hey, hey, I need to sell one of my kids or something just to buy
And that baffles me, right, with these legacy cigars, because anyone could afford like swallowing some of these extra costs are these legacy companies. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason they won't do it. Why? Because they have that following. You know what I mean? And but to me, I truly believe that there's a massive boom in this industry for boutique cigars, craft cigars right now, and this is a perfect time to be part of it. Yes. We joined the TPA as far as the media aspect of it. You know what I mean? There are other adventures that I'm looking at doing, for myself personally. But to me, I think you guys started at the right time. I think you guys teaming up with Ish, I think is a good idea. I mean, the guy, he has a lot of accessibility. And he's pretty much a one-stop shop kind of person, which to me, it's another level that's a whole different podcast, a whole different thing. You know what I mean? But I was talking about the best for you guys, but go ahead, John.
I want to interject real quick. So we were talking about, I hope you guys get to whatever level that you want to get to. I hope your name is Perdomo or Padron one day. But please, as a cigar lifestyle guy, and to coin Panda's phrase, this isn't a hobby anymore for us. It's a lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
Please, just always keep that boutique mindset. Even if you're gigantic, keep that boutique mindset, because I think that's what a lot of people are gravitating to right now. And the more people I see people at my local lounge that I go to all the time that when they try it, they're like, no, I only smoke Padrones. I only smoke Perdomos. And then you hand them a boutique cigar and they go, damn, this is good. Like, yeah, it is, and so I think more people are finding that out. Like, this is a different experience. This is something like you used to.
At a fraction of the price. You know what I mean? That's the craziest part. So I have one more question for you guys. And the question basically is, where do you foresee you guys in the next 5? Oh, go ahead, Val. Go ahead. Go.
I have something to interject on what he was just saying about and just people trying to know and not. So in our event, I see it all the time, and I think it's really cool to witness. And it is a movement. So like when we're at our events and people come into our cigar bar in our tent or come into our lounge and they're like, oh, I want a Perdomo or I want a Rocky Patel. And Pedro is amazing at his sales and cigars, and cigar education, and he educates everybody and he talks them through it. And he will not let them walk out without, no, we don't have that, but we have this. And he will get a cigar in their hand, and it is for me, it's the coolest thing to see them come in there for one of those legacy brands and put one of our cigars in their mouth, and they literally are like, damn, this is so good. And they will walk away and go smoke it, and they will come back and buy 4 and 5 more. It's amazing to see.
And I'm going to piggyback on that, because let me tell you, this is the importance of a tobacconist, a brand owner, etc., for you to be able to educate the consumer, right? Because it's so important to educate. Because listen, my best friend, these guys got to meet my boy Ernie, right? He's like a brother.
Dude,
all he ever smoked is legacy. It wasn't until I started introducing him to boutique cigars that he was like, dude, where the hell is this? How much is this cigar? When I tell him the price point, I'm like, yeah, you could buy 4 or 5 of them for the one freaking cigar that you're buying, and you get just good quality, and you're enjoying that smoke. You know what I mean? It's so important for, like I said, it's so important for store owners, the tobacconists, the manager, whoever's at that needs to present your cigar to be educated on the cigar. Good, JJ. I think you guys said something.
Yeah, I say on the rep side, you know, I can go in there and give the shop owner a spiel, but it doesn't matter what I say. And what I always say at the end is let the cigar do the talking. It doesn't matter what I tell you. You know, let the cigar do the talking. And let me tell you right now, this brotherhood, it's got something to say. I really enjoyed this cigar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
No,
Yeah,
this is so I like this cigar, but there's something about that brotherhood. I don't know what it is, bro. I'll be honest with you. The brotherhood, I really this is a phenomenal smoke, but that brotherhood is something special, man.
I don't pull out the nubber a lot, but I pulled out the nubber for this.
Yeah.
So one last question. So where does Haze Gray, where do you guys see yourself in the next 5 years? Or hopefully, anyways.
Definitely in a lot more shops, for sure. And we're kicking the idea around of possible a brick and mortar, carrying just boutique brands, getting our the boutique brands, their names out in the community now, and then that way that when we decide to open up doors, everybody's already educated on the boutiques. That's mine. I know these guys have their own vision and they have their own goals as well that we kind of bring all together. But in 5 years, that's something that we talk about doing.
And that's I honestly see you guys going to bigger and better things. You know what I mean? With the product, if you guys stay on this course, I think you guys have a great future. I really do. You know what I mean? Listen, those who know me, I'm very transparent. If I didn't like what I smoked, I probably would have not invited you guys. I'll be very honest with you. I would never. No, and I'm being honest because one, to me, you can't listen. Word of mouth is the best advertisement you could get, right? And that's just my opinion, right? And to me, those that kind of follow me or do follow me, they kind of respect my opinion on certain things. And I try not to steer anybody in the wrong direction. But I honestly believe that you guys are truly are on the right path. And I think that if you guys maintain this course, there's nothing to stop you guys. I really do, man. And I really hope and I wish nothing but the best for you guys, man. I really, really, truly do. You're only.
We appreciate it, man. Really do.
I'm telling you right now, Lurch, nobody wants to see that.
That's not true, man. That's not true. I've had many people ask me about my OnlyFans. I'm just saying.
You're right. It comes up almost weekly. I mean, it comes up quite a bit now.
Hey, so go ahead.
I was going to say, so for those of us that may not have your cigar in our brick and mortar close to us yet, where can we find your cigar online, and where can we order?
Yeah, so definitely Toro Cigars, Toro Cigar Company. They have 4 of the 7 core-line cigars, and they have the top 3, right? The Patriot, the Brotherhood, and the Admiral. So check them out. And of course, there is our website as well, wardogsbc.com. But my brother and I, we're huge supporters of the retail shops and the Toro that are online. They're small business owners just like we are, and support those guys as well. On our website, there's a list of different retails that shops that are authorized to carry our brand, and pay them a visit. You'll be amazed, man. We're looking forward. In a couple of weeks, we're heading up to Fat Boy Cigars to do a cut night up there, so we're super pumped. So you live in the area, go check those guys out, man. They got a really great thing going over there. But yeah, check out the retail shops, check out Toro, and nothing else, come check out our website.
So do you guys have like a sample pack or something like that on Toro, or that we can check out the core line type thing?
Yep, they do. They carry sample packs as well. You can buy single sticks or you can get sample packs.
Yeah, I definitely want to give a shout out to Mike from Toro Cigar Company, because you know what? There are very few online companies that do solely boutique. And Mike, if you're watching, I don't know if you are, actually, I guess he still is here. Mike, I have nothing but respect for you, my brother, because you know what? You're doing exactly what we've been pushing, and that is the boutique brand. And you know what, my brother? Keep doing it. You know, guys like these guys, you know, HAZE Gray and the other brands that you have on your website, it's a great platform for those who are enthusiasts. Like I keep on saying, if you're a true enthusiast, you need to try and expand your palette, your horizon, and try new things out there. You know what I mean? Especially the boutique and craft cigars, man. And once again, they're not sponsored, just so you know. I'm just throwing it out there because I actually love Toro Cigar Company, and you know I got nothing but respect for these guys. So, do you guys have a website, Rue?
Yep, it's War Dogs BC. So that's War Dogs DOGS. B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie.com.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. Listen, at this point, guys, we want to thank each and every of our sponsors, which is thegarfather.com for any cigar accessories, one of Guapos, and of course my personal lounge, Burn One Cigar Lounge. Hey JJ, you got that beautiful beat footage?
You know it.
Let's go, baby. Watch this, guys. Boom, 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 boom.
What's going on, guys? This is your boy Panda, and your boy Panda has some great news. We have teamed up with Burn One Cigar Bar, located at 7328 Royal Palm Boulevard in Margate, Florida. Guys, Burn One Cigar Bar is your go-to destination for the finest selections of premium cigars at unbeatable prices. Step into a world of luxury and relaxation as you indulge in the smooth flavors and exquisite aromas of our carefully curated cigars collection. But that's not all. Burn One Cigar Bar has teamed up with us for an exclusive sponsorship opportunity just for you. When you call Burn One and purchase any box of cigars, you unlock a fantastic discount of 20% of your order using special discount code PANDA. You can contact Burn One at 954-970-0001 or on their social media pages, Facebook and or Instagram. Guys, don't miss this chance to elevate your cigar experience without breaking the bank. Visit Burn One Cigar Bar today, mention discount code PANDA, and treat yourself to premium cigars at incredible value. Hurry up, this offer won't last. Burn One Cigar Bar, where luxury meets affordability, and they ship nationwide. Peace.
Peace.
So, are you able to do that, JJ?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be able to do it.
All right. So we got 13 people out here. So
Yep.
guys, all right. So this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna purchase 2 sample packs from you guys, and we're gonna give them away. So guys, I'm gonna give you a few minutes. Type in hashtag HAZE Gray, and we're gonna give out 2 sample packs. Let's
Roll
do it.
call.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hashtag HAZE Gray. Let's do it. So while these guys are kind of doing that, of course, Greg's going to be the first one. Shocking here, right? Shocking. Greg, the smoking Sicilian. No shocker. This guy's going to be the first one to freaking post. Let's go,
Of course,
guys.
Roberto is there.
Yeah, right? Come on, guys. We got 12 of you guys. Let's go. Hashtag HAZE Gray. So you can get 1 of 2 packs. Okay, let's go. Come on, let's go. So, hey, Rue. So what's your guys' next event?
We're local event or
Local.
local. We're going to be at Warrior Beer Friday night. It's a local brewery in between us and Perdido Key, where Silverback likes to go on vacation, dip his toes in the sand. And then, but the biggest one we got coming up right now is the cigar weekend over in Jacksonville.
Okay, nice. In Jacksonville, huh?
Yeah, Freakville.
Oh.
I won.
Get the hell out of here. That's hilarious. Hologram.
Hey.
Gabe. There you go, Gabe. All right, one more. It's rigged. Go, one more. Let's go. Come on. Who is it?
There we go.
Cigar.
All right,
There you go, Tom.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Well, there you go, Greg and Tom. So as you guys know, just I think I have
Gabe and Tom.
Is it Gabe?
Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe.
Yeah.
Who did I say? Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't know why I got that punk ass on my mind. I'm sorry. I apologize. You know,
So we'll work out the logistics of getting them to you. We'll order them and then get them to you.
yes.
But
Yeah, we'll figure that out. You guys got time to chop it up a little bit afterwards?
Yeah, we got some time.
All right, cool. So, guys, if you like what you see, once again, guys, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit all. So anytime we go live with individuals like this, new boutique brands that are coming out, please hit that all notification bell. So anytime we go live, you can be notified. Guys, as always, we appreciate your time. Everybody that showed up, we appreciate you. Love, share this podcast with everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.